Looks like we are live again. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live. We had 2 weeks break. I was on some seminars, so now we are back streaming every week. So just a sound check to see whether people are here. To check my sound, checking the chat. Everything looks like fine. Let me see the events. Okay, looks like fine. Let's start. So while you're waiting, you can get a free case study. It's a brand new free case study at my website, go.transformdigi.com/case study, where you will be able to check whether your product has a product market fit, especially for courses and digital products like checklists, cheat sheets, guides, etc. Because believe it or not, it's easier to create a course than to sell a course. So it's better to know in advance. So that being said, let's go to today's topic. Today we are going to build a course proposal live, and it's related to digital procurement. One of the clients of mine asked me to prepare this course proposal, so we are going to build it live. I checked with them; it's fine with them to go live. So let's start. It will be a really beneficial session, so hope you like it. So let's start. I will open the presentation right away. We can turn this off. Just let me check the screen. All looks fine. Looks like, let me check the chat. Okay, all looks fine. So meantime, while you're waiting, you can go and get this free case study at and the website. So this is the address. So let's start. First, when you're creating a course proposal, it's really important to think about the headline, the title. So the title will make or break your course proposal, even if it's on a sales page, RFP, RFI, brochure, marketing materials, whatever you use it. So take the time and think about the title, because the books are judged by their cover, believe it or not. And here we are going to add program. So it will be digital procurement program. It could be digital transformation in the procurement sector. It could be essentials, advanced training. So that's really important. And the subtitle, it's good from time to time to let know the audience what will be happening. It will be live, whether it will be virtually delivered or whether it will be on site. So that's really good to know. So after that's done, we're going to go to the first site. Let me just turn this off in order not to interfere. So the first one is the program overview. This is what will be read first. Even if it's on a website, you always mention what will be happening. So here it's good to give some background, what's happening in the industry, to explain it, to mention some main pitfalls, objection that you might have. That's the first part. So I will say we are living in digital world. Just to check the stream, whether it's Can you hear me now, people? I will turn off the stream. Captions. 1 second. Let's go to audio. Test. On my side, looks fine. So probably people can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Okay, excellent. Thanks, Mustafa. And sorry, I was if I missed something. So what we have done, we have created the headline. The headline is really important because when you're creating a course proposal, every book is being judged by its cover. So thank you, Atanas, Alexander, and Mustafa. Now that you can hear me, so with live training, anything can happen. So I will repeat briefly. So the title is really important. So you need to explain what will be happening. It could be essentials, advanced training, program, or it could be related to someone who will become some kind of professional. Example, digital procurement professional, digital procurement practitioner, or specialist. So that's really important. Take the time and think with the title. Take the time. Then we went to the program overview. Okay, Mustafa says I can hear it. Excellent. If you have any questions during the live stream, just let me know. I'm happy to answer. Then we briefly have done the program overview. That means we explained what's happening. We mentioned what are the potential obstacles that the companies will be having, and then we're revealing the solution. That the digital procurement in this time is the solution. Next, here we need to have to explain what will be included into the course. However, I always leave this side blank because you do not know what everything you will include into the course proposal. It's same for the website. So even if it's an RFP, RFI, brochure, it's really important for you to think it through, because at the end of the day, we are going to explain what will be happening in the whole course. So the learning objective, as I was saying, you can change them differently. You can call them course objective, course goals, learning objectives, what needs to be learned. You will learn this. So it's up to you, but it's really important to explain what they will learn. And in this case, it's really it's good to have bullet points, because especially if you are putting this proposal on a website, or you're sending to your vendors, it's really important to put it within a bullet points, because it's easier for people to read it. Let's there are some power words that you can learn, or you can use, like learn. Let's say learn about digital procurement. And top tip here, never say introduction. People don't want introduction. I don't know why. Whenever we have sent some kind of proposal with saying introduction, people will say we want advanced, even if they do not want advanced. So learn about digital procurement, of course, it is the introduction, but we will not mention it. Then what they will benefit? Let's say they will develop and maintain. That's really important. Not only develop and maintain specialized analytical capabilities or skills. In this case, could be skills. Next is really important for the digital procurement. It's automation. So I would say automate and streamline manual and routine procurement tasks. So when you're writing this, you need to think what are the main problems that your potential students will be having, and that way you will mention it here. So it's like reading their mind. So why people want digital procurement? Because there are so many manual and routine procurement tasks. I know, I have been there. I have been part of more than 10 million euros procurement in the public and the private sector. And it's really annoying when you need to create all those manual, upload the report, attendance sheet, evaluation papers, everything. So this is really, really important. Next, people, when they are making procurement, they really want to make the right decision, right choice. So we will say, let buying agents and advisors help people make the best purchasing decisions. One top tip here, you see, I say buying agents. So this is it's called dog whistle into the copy. What that means? Let me just check whether the sound is fine. Okay, it's fine. So it's a dog whistle copy. What that means? You know, when there are those high sounds, when you're going to whistle to the dog, you will not hear it, but the dog will hear it. What that means? Those who are working in this area, they're in the digital procurement, they will know this. They will know what's buying agents. So that way you're showing them that you know what you're talking about. And this is really, really important. In my experience, more this kind of terms that we use, that we showcase, that we really know what is happening in the industry, more likely for the proposal to be a winning proposal. And also, what would be the potential objection? People will say, okay, it's in theory, it's fine, those who will attend this training, but they will say, I will not get a buy-in from my superiors that we need to do this digital procurement. We are doing the old way. Why we should do that? That's, I will add another benefit, gain buy-in, and establish an action plan for digital procurement. So I will spend a lot of time to hear about these bullet points. People will be reading. So that's the main thing. We go to the next slide. Next slide is about the participants. So people need to know whether it is relevant to them. So we can say, who is it for? Who is it for? Or we can say who should attend. It's also a different way of saying it. And here it's really important for you to think who need to attend. So let's say senior buyers is great for them. Purchasing supervisors, because we have supervisors. Purchasing managers, and supply chain personnel. This is really important because people working to the supply chain, they're not directly involved in the procurement, but it's really important for them, for their function. This is like naming the potential attendees, and the next way of saying this is going more general, because someone maybe is not working directly, but they're interested. So I would say professionals wanting to learn about digital procurement. Let's see. Also, it's really important for people to know whether it is for beginners. In this case, it's not for beginners, because in order for you to go and work in this digital procurement, you really have to have some kind of exposure, previous exposures. That's why I will say middle and senior managers who want to, let's say, thrive in the new digital world of procurements. And at the end of the day, you will put it wide open, because there may be other interested parties. I like put it, it's always who aim to accelerate their digital procurement journey. So these are the main categories, and you can add to this. So spend the time and work this through. So next, it's especially if you're on the website. If you're on the website, you can say who is this not for. So if you're selling it online, it's really important to qualify people, because they might be disappointed. They will buy your product and it will be not for them. It will be not for them, and they will not be happy. That's why it's really important to to put this here. But now I'm building for a client who will make a proposal in the corporate sector. So that's why we were going to say prerequisites. It is a different way of saying. So what are the prerequisites for you to enter? So have some business knowledge. Let's say have some business knowledge and basic understanding of digital procurement function. So they need to know something. If they do not know what's a supplier, what's a buyer, how tendering works, what are bids, it is going to be problematic for them. So next, it's the language skills. So fluency in professional English. So you do not have to put this, but in the GCC region, or in example, if you are going in Scandinavia, if the course is going to be in English, and it's good to explain to everyone that this is going to be in English. In example, if it's in Arabic, you will say the course will be in Arabic. We will mention that the language of the course. What's really important, I really like this to put, it's team working capabilities. Because if you're doing on-site, the courses usually tend to have teamwork. And those are the best courses when you're going to do teamwork, like on-the-job real scenario. So I like to mention this. So able to do case study analysis. Almost certain you will have some kind of case studies. So why not mention? And at the end of the course, because at the end of this part, we said virtual delivery, it's really important to mention that be able to participate in an online classroom, such as using Zoom. So this is really, really important. An example, if you're teaching Excel and they have to have a laptop with pre-installed Microsoft Excel, you're going to mention this here. So that's covered. What's next? I'm checking my notes. Next is targeted competencies. This is becoming more and more popular. Here you will also explain to the people that you know what you're talking about. So when people are going to go on a training, they want to build some kind of competencies. So what are the targeted competencies here? We will say digital procurement strategy. That's important. Digital procurement analytics is also part. Then management, because we said seniors are supposed to attend. Of course, someone who is not a manager can attend. Of course, let me check whether there are some questions. Okay, guys, if there are some questions, just let me know. Digital procurement management. This is part of the innovation series. So I will say procurement innovation. You can add here more, let's say, digital ecosystem, knowledge, etc. That's really important. So here you will also think what kind of competencies people will build. Here you can put the level of the course. This is optional. Especially if it's online. But if it's on-site, I will always put it, let's say, intermediate. If it's for beginners, you will say beginners. This course is for intermediate. You can say intermediate to advanced, in example, or advanced or super advanced. And if you're not sure what is the requested level, always go intermediate to advanced. And mention in the email that it can be tailored to beginners if they want. Just drinking some water. So just to repeat, the title is really important. Then you are explaining the program, the learning objectives or course objective. Who is it for? Who should attend? Then we are mentioning who is it not for, or what are the prerequisites. And then we're mentioning the targeted competencies. Next, it's one of my favorites, is training methodology. Here you will make or break your course, because if you're boring, if you're speaking only theory, people will not like the course. Online, on Zoom, online course, on a membership portal or on-site, it doesn't matter. People don't want too much theory. They hate it. They hate theory. They say it's boring. So how you're going to win against this? It's by the training methodology. What I always want to put here is individual and group and pair work. So if you have individuals, this is very important. People should make some individual work and pair work. So if this was not live, I will explain it more, what that means, and I will explain what will be happening to the course. So feel free to elaborate on this. Spend time on the training methodology, especially those who are checking this proposal. They will check this. Next, I like brainstorming. Brainstorming is one of my favorites. Because brainstorming and Q&A sessions. Because you are going to ask, people will answer some answers. Some of them might be wrong, some of them might be right, but it's really important to have brainstorming. That means there is no wrong answer. So people will be motivated to share. It's also important in this case to say it's online delivery. Online delivery, that means laptop and internet access is net. We're going to mention it again. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen this. People will come on their phone in a coffee shop or in some restaurant. The laptop, the internet will be slow, so it's good here to mention. If it's on-site, you're going to say on-site in a hotel or on a private room or a conference room. It's really important to mention here. And then it's the classic presentations. Do not mention presentations first. Do not mention. People don't want it. It's something that's expected. But of course, if you have presentation, you're going to mention it. Case studies. This has to be done. In any type of course, case studies are the best. And case studies from your own experience are the best, where you have first-hand experience, or case studies similar to the industry of the client. That's a must. Then, of course, role plays, games, simulations, etc. You can have tests at the end, especially if it's a certified course, etc. Tests, quizzes. So take the time and think this through. It's better for you to write more here, and when you're going to finish the course outline, to delete something than to miss something here. Then you can have peer-to-peer feedback, trainer elicitation, or etc. So these are something that we have included. This is really important, especially if you're writing a sales page. You'll mention that the training methodology is pre-recorded video lessons. If you have weekly calls or monthly calls, weekly Q&A calls. If you have a community portal, this is really important, so people to know what they will expect. That's from the training methodology. Feel free to cherry pick what you think is valuable. Then it's the bio. Then you need to mention instructor. Let's check my notes. Instructor bio. And here I have prepared some templates. You can see it here. Let me just show them. If you go to my website, there are 41 templates. They are long and short. They will look like this. Let me show it. Yeah. So it will be, you can go to my website and you will find bio templates. There are 41 short and long fill in the blanks templates. You can use it for social media, as LinkedIn, speaker introduction, whatever purpose you like. You can also use it for your website. In order for me not to cover this into details, because I will copy paste my bio, but that's why I have created these free templates where you can use them. They are editable, so feel free to use them and add something which is relevant too. I will hide this. So I have my bio here. It's really important to have a picture. I'm always being asked whether should I include picture. Yeah, you should, and your face should be in it. That's the world. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you do not have a picture, the chances of people choosing you are smaller. So use a picture, especially on the website. Even it's nice to have a professional photo shoot if you're doing this all the time. Then I will just copy paste my bio. Here it is. I will decrease it. Home. You to see it. So this is completely different topic. That's why I have done those templates, and I will give my name here also. Let me put it fine. I have experience in the procurement and into the digital procurement, so that needs to be tailored. One important thing is whenever you're creating bio, feel free to change it depending on the topic that you teach. Example, if you're teaching the digital transformation, it's one topic. If you're teaching digital procurement, this way it will be different parts. So once more, you can use the templates at my website, and you can use them. You just need to enter your email. Let's go further. Then it's the most interesting part is the program outline. So here you could call it a course outline, what's included. So example, if it's module based, you will mention modules. If it's day based, you will mention days. If it's online, of course, you might have weekly, also week 1, week 2, week 3. If it's daily, you will say day 1, day 2, day 3. Or if it's a module, people want to know how long it will be, what will be happening. We're going to use modules here. Why? Because you can adjust after modules. If you go with days, it's difficult to adjust. But if it's an online course, maybe you should also use modules or weeks. Weeks works as well. So I would say digital procurement essentials. Again, I will not use introduction. People do not want introduction. If anything you want to learn, do not use the word introduction. I don't know why, but people are allergic to that word. They see it as something at the faculty, something boring. Let's say we are going to reveal digital client relationships. That's important. We are going to discuss the new economic models, especially in this new era. Data management. This is very important in the digital field. Connected objects. Those who know what's digital procurement, they will know this. And you always put some kind of lines like this, which will bring curiosity to the potential participants. And I will put here Q&A session. and brainstorming. So you remember the training methodology, what we mentioned. Let me just check whether you can see it. Yeah, you can use some of them here. I also like the modules to be in two sides. If it's longer, you can put it into two sides to be parallel, like two columns, like this. This is also good for a website. It will be mobile friendly. But for this module, we are only on one. I'm going to duplicate this. This will be bold. That's it. Of course, if it wasn't live, you're going to do this more into details. Now we go with module 2. Let's see. This will be probably 30-40 minutes, not more, because you will lose time people to get to know if it's on site, and if it's online, you need to go directly to the pain points. You will not spend a lot of time into this introductory part. Those are the essentials. Next is module 2. It's cost performance levers. When you use technology, you're having leverage. Everyone wants technology because of the leverage. So how to challenge historical suppliers on their historical suppliers. Digital maturity case study. So I know that I will have this case study, one column. So people want to know this. This is really important. So you will spend a lot of time here, and here you will have some engagement. If it's online, you need to have a feature where people will be able to break rooms. You can do it in Zoom, or if it's pre-recorded, for them to upload so-called homework. What are their thoughts on this case study? Then what we can do, we can talk integration of digital procurement players. That means those who are involved into the process, into the company's supplier ecosystem. What this means that we have problems because some of the procurement agents are working only digitally, so you need to integrate them. So here you can also have some Q&As if they have questions. Then I would introduce some kind of method, some kind of technology, robots, drones, and artificial intelligence in the procurement. I will also spend here time. So when we're teaching, it's best to have this T method. Just as a side note, T means like drinking tea. Theory, examples, application. Have this in mind all the time. So people say they do not want theory, but some theory it's a must, especially explaining the concept. I remember I was doing one round of courses delivery. It was something like a 90-minute session, and we would start with the theory, then show examples, and then it will be the application. And people were complaining at the introduction a little bit, and we switched here, and we said, okay, do you want me to say some theory or go directly with the application? Everyone would say, yeah, go with the application. But what was interesting, they would have a lot of questions. They will not understand theoretical concept, and we would waste time. And those who didn't want theory, because we had two groups, didn't do well into the training. They didn't finish their homework, or they didn't apply what they've learned on their jobs later on, because we are monitoring the project. That's why I have this in mind. I will delete it, but I will put it into the chat for you to know it. Let's go to the chat. Okay, that's it. That's the module 2. I would talk about cost here, how you can decrease cost by using robots, drones, AI in the procurement. So here I will talk about preventive maintenance. We have some algorithms which are helping for you to decrease cost. Internet of Things means you're monitoring much more data, and so you can predict when you will need to change some kind of gear. That's really important. And we will speak some challenges related to costs into digital procurement. Why is this important? Because also the technology has some kind of costs. I will duplicate and we're going to go to module 3. Module 3. I will skip it. I have a lot of modules. Let's talk about blockchain a little bit because people want blockchain. Module 2, it will be blockchain and the supply chain. So here are some. I will start right away with case studies. Supply chain applications of blockchain. Explain a little bit and go directly with case study because this is a little bit abstract, and I have done the research. There are some case studies with Walmart. So I will analyze Walmart. Then we have module 4. Module 4 will be sourcing in digital. So this is really great advantage. You can do better sourcing. Put this as bold. Here I will say programmatic buying. People who are in this world will know what that means. Then we have the sharing economy. This is really important because now you can crowdfund and you can share knowledge between each other. And here I will do some kind of simulation. I will give some preconditions for people to think how to source into this digital procurement. That's it. Let's go with the new slide. I will duplicate this. You see where I'm going. You need to involve the. You need to involve the people. So let's go to module 5. Module 5, because this is digital procurement, I will talk about robotizing and sourcing. Yes, you can robotize the sourcing. So benefits and challenges of robotizing when doing digital procurement. I will speak about RPA and taskbots. Taskbot is someone who is checking all the time. That means, in example, you are applying for some kind of public procurement, or some companies is doing some procurement. Example, I don't know, some international organization like UN, and you need to check all the time whether there is a new tender, there is new announcement. But if you have a taskbot, they will check it for you. You will mention what are the key keywords that you want to monitor, and they will let you know via email. Now there is a new tender on this. You should apply. That's really important in the digital procurement. I know this has been done by Vodafone. So I will mention this. They have done something similar because they are really large company. It's a telecommunication company. And at the end, we will say what can be achieved through robotics. And here I would make a game. I will divide people in two groups, and I will give them a hypothetical situation after they seeing this case study, and there will be some kind of competition. You can say competition. Again, so we are almost there. What we have promised at the beginning, we said that we'll mention how they can get a buy-in, this. So let's go with the final module, and I will share new top tips about how you should end every training. This is it. So designing digital procurement transformational. This would be a homework. They need to do this because whether it's online or offline, when people are going back to their job, it's really important for them to have something that they can rely on. And if this is the only thing that they do on this training, I'm happy. So what should be this? I will give an exercise, vision and mission, related to digital, what they want to achieve. So then we will speak about CPO, CDO. Those are the main players, the chief purchasing officer or chief information officer. So in here, in this part, they will fill into the plan what are their expectations to these people, depending they might have head of department, and they will need to explain what will be their benefits. If they are managers, they will write it for themselves. And the benefits. What's in it for me? And big data, understand, we need to write something about it. And finally, rethink supplier relationship management. And finally, designing a roadmap. And I will give a sample. So that's the module 6. So we have module 1. It's digital procurement essentials. I could increase this proposal, but we are live. I cannot go into really details. That's the essentials. And also, as I said at the beginning, when you think about the name of the program, spend time. Think the name of the module. It's even more important than what you are going to be teaching. Digital procurement essentials, not introduction. Okay, that is it. The next one is cost performance levers. Blockchain in the supply chain, sourcing in the digital procurement world, let's say. Roboting and sourcing, robotizing and sourcing. And the final module is designing a digital procurement transformational plan. So now I will do something which is really important. This is really, really important. We always tend to have course debrief. Always explain what has been learned, even if it's online. Give people a chance to talk what they've learned and do they have any questions. So always leave time for this. Sometimes there will be an exam. This is optional, or some kind of quiz. In my experience, people they don't like exams, but sometimes when it is certified course, you have to have exam, or if you want to make sure that people will attend the course, you will put this here. And never forget official closing. People want some kind of official at the end, so people want to do this debrief. So you can official closing could be a group picture. The group picture. I will not write this into the proposal, but to know what I mean. So it will be closing ceremony and certificates award. Even if it's attendance certificate, people love this. So you will be able to take pictures with everyone, thank everyone, make a group photo, and people like this. And if it's online, you can have schedule some events where you're going to award. You will have this closing ceremony. If it's a cohort based, example, if it's a 6 weeks training, you will have this closing ceremony. So people love this. And that was the technical part, and the next will be the financial. But we are going not to do this now because it's not part. This is only the digital procurement. So let's see whether people still here, whether there are questions. Check the chat. So once again, if you want the templates, you can go to the website, and there are bio templates. You will see something like this, and you will fill in your email and you will get them. And also there is a case study which you can get it at this go.transformdigi.com at case study. So do we have any questions? There is a question about access to some kind of software. Yeah, that's a great question. So when you have this kind of trainings, it's good for you to give access to some kind of software. You can go and apply for some kind of centralized digital procurement portal where you will be able to test. So yeah, you can use software. If you're teaching this for some kind of company, you can check their software, but you must check this in advance. Never ever go this route if you haven't checked this in advance. In example, before I have done this live stream, I have done a lot of checks. So let me see whether there are more questions. If there are not, thanks everyone for attending. Thanks for the questions. It was really, really interesting. Oh, there are some thank you notes. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Richard. Hesham, thank you. It was a pleasure. So that was it. Let me move it here. Let me move the camera. Okay, we are good to go. I have done some new lighting this time. Hope you liked it. Let me show you. So it's a different setup. Hope it is better. So that was it. Thank you everyone once again, and see you soon. If you have any question, feel free to message me on social media. Have a great day, everyone, and we are going to stream again this weekend and next week. Bye.